Oh, so you need it.
No fairness, I have a
What?
rocket raccoon model that doesn't have any weapons.
What did you want?
Huh?
Huh?
Nick, did you say my name?
No.
Oh, I thought you did.
I think you're just going insane, Leo.
No, I
Can we
thought you
just
said
gather that
you.
and take a fucking nap? Because apparently we all need it.
No.
The grind.
The grind is real.
Grind your bones.
Whoa there. I don't want that.
Gonna turn you into fertilizer for my Minecraft farm.
All the evidence, you say?
Okay, this is out of date. It doesn't have my voice. That's right, there's no room for doubt. It's all put into that Japanese man with the big mustache.
Says the Englishman with the bigger mustache.
Fuck you say, cunt!
But the defense just demonstrated another possible explanation for the events on the night in question. What do you make of that?
What, your so-called skin prints?
It's an exciting new forensic investigation technique developed by the great detective himself.
The numerous handprints on the wall are clearly out of the ordinary. And if Mr. Shamspeare had indeed put his mouth to the gas pipe on the night in question, it can't be denied there's a possibility that that's where the poison was. That's where the poison was. See, I can...
yeah, I won't deny that it's playing on me mind. But as the prosecution rightly says, we shouldn't pay no heed to unacceptable forms of evidence. And besides,
Yes?
even if the fella had been up to some mischief with the gas pipe dozens of times before, on their knees day and night sucking on that pipe, it doesn't mean he's got up the same shenanigans on the night in question, does it?
Oh.
You can't make a case better than that. Oh, Fred, I can't change my stance.
You do make a very valid point, sir. What? That's true. That was a little hasty. No! No! Wait!
Look, you got your chance here, haven't you? Time to prove your theory. And if you and your Japanese cohorts can, that is.
Should leave our nationality out of this, please, you racist!
Slurs!
Mr. Manahato,
Slurs!
let's substantiate our position. I'm
Slurs?
afraid the jurors that changed their minds before may very well change them back.
What can I do? Is there any more proof I can give here? Can I show that Mr. Shamspeare really did blow down the gas pipe on the night in question? I have a supporting testimony. No, in truth I don't have evidence to support my theory. However, there is a witness testimony that substantiates it.
Oh, that sounds like it's gonna be ass. Cinnabon is putting out warheads topped cinnamon buns.
Ew.
Ew.
I'm gonna try it though.
Why?
Shit's gonna taste like the plague, I'm in.
I mean, I try Swedish Fish Oreos. I like those.
That is a world of difference from warheads.
I mean, I'll try Oreo Warheads if they made some.
They put out Sour Patch Kids Oreos. Those were good. But that's again, warheads are a different creature from Sour Patch Kids. What the? What's that? Testimony?
This is incredible. Whose testimony? Yes, it's all connected. Everything is linked. A person whose testimony revealed details about the gas in the Gyarados residence that night, namely Soseki.
Soseki.
Obviously, I'm talking about the defendant, Mr. Soseki Natsume himself.
The defendant?
At the very beginning of the proceedings here in court yesterday, Mr. Natsume said the following. Gonna have to play Soseki Mask since Fitz isn't here.
Lodgings. That's been a oh god, I opened a game, fuck! There's been a whole series of strange happenings in my lodgings. Barn Finders opened on its own. Even on that fateful night it happened. When I returned from Mr. Shakespeare's room. I lit my gas stove, climbed into bed, and before long, the stove went out. And someone tried to kill me!
On the night in question, the gas in the defendant's room went out. So I asked the court, was that a mere coincidence or not? There is no such thing as coincidence.
Barn Finders. Good golly!
So that Shakespeare fellow blew air into the gas pipe to make the man's stove go out on purpose? Now hold your horses there. What will you do that for? He's a serial killer, I keep on telling you.
I don't know if he's a serial killer.
Mr. Foreman? He's a serial killer, Nia, I'm telling you. I mean, look at Matt Ungard. He was a killer.
Listen, that's one
What,
silly man
What is it,
committing
man?
murder too many.
We cannot allow judgment to be passed while this doubt remains. It's true that I don't have conclusive evidence yet. However, you must surely agree there's more to this case than meets the eye.
Ba-da-da-da-da.
There we go, I was waiting for it.
I knew Shaw was gonna do it.
Ah! Are you good? Good lord! That wasn't the sound of transformation. That was the sound of death.
I mean, kinda is when you accidentally stick a whole ass chain into, you know, one of the vents in your transformation.
So you're saying it vented?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a wall medium. Fair enough. All costs said at the outset.
Are
My
you
logic first and foremost.
Edgeworth's ancestor?
The fuck's an Edgeworth? Cunt.
That's forged or leaning towards not guilty, my lord. We overturned the decision. Therefore, the defense calls for the trial to continue. Pointing.
Sorry, I'm trying to stall a boat real quick.
I saw this boat in half.
And yes, I am playing Barn Finders as in the Doug game.
Yeah.
I actually bought it before that video. As the defense has rightfully indicated, the examination has concluded with a majority of jurors altering their decisions. 2 jury members now called guilty, while 4 now called not guilty. Therefore, jury's opinion is conflicted, and in accordance with the law of this land, Fuck you. Guilty.
Dope.
I hereby order the continuation of this trial. Mr. William Shamspeare.
My lord, how can thy humble Shamsphere serve thee?
You're not going to suck on my pipe. Punch! What say you in response to the various revelations made during the summation examination?
So God mend me, I do solemnly swear, I recall out of either the lamp or the pipe. And yet, I got some pipe.
You will stop that. Defense demands that you stop. The court demands that you stop that immediately.
Your handpress have made a tiny mess all over the wall there. How'd you explain that, eh? Ah!
I'm done with this. The dignity of this great courtroom has been sullied enough already. Juror number 5.
Oh, me? Stop throwing your damn bottle over here.
Wee.
Crash. Someone's bleeding.
As I went to some pains to point out already, a print from the self-professed detective's toy has no place in the British court of law. Oh! As such, whether or not this man did in fact stand before the gas lab and produce the grossest form of sloppy toppy remains at this time unestablished conjecture. You would do well to remember that.
Ah.
Objection!
It does not matter if you can suck a golf ball through a garden hose.
But the prosecution must concede that it would be extremely simple to verify. Just order the mouth of the gas pipe feeding that lamp in Mr. Shamspeare's room to be examined. If there are traces of poison there...
Shut.
One second, I'm selling things to an alien.
Okay.
And buy the vintage stove. What appears to be silly simple as my Nipponese friend's mind. You will recall that in order to check for the presence of poison in the tea, some remnants of tea were required.
Yes?
Therefore, it shouldn't be beyond your wit to imagine that even if poison were to have been spread on the pipe, it would have been completely evaporated by now, making any analysis impossible.
Ah! I didn't think of that.
In any case, counsel, I fail to see what could possibly have motivated the man to do as you describe.
I mean, look at him. He's weird.
Judge.
Why on earth would this fellow have wanted to blow air into a gas pipe where he lived?
I don't know why you wanted to blow, but I know why you wanted to blow in the gas pipe. There's only one possibility I could think of, and that is...
This joke's about 5 seconds away from adding new slurs to the game.
Oh god.
to use the leaking gas to commit murder!
Yes.
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 Alright, yes. Ooh, you do want the sacrificial altar for a higher price. Fine ticket's probably cursed. Order! Order! Council. Precisely whose life do you propose this man was plotting to end?
Soseki.
The answer couldn't be simpler. Now we unravel the mystery this far. Mrs. Shamspeare wanted to end the life of...
Poor Soseki.
If a gas lamp were to go out, it would be noticed immediately, of course. But a gas stove, on the other hand, could be silently extinguished by the killer without anyone noticing. I live round those parts myself, so I know what it's like. I could tell you trying to sleep without the stove lit is pretty much suicide. You freeze to death in no time. Mr. Garrett, the landlord, has a large fireplace in his part of the residence on the top floor. In other words, it wasn't the landlord, but a fellow lodger whose life Mrs. Shamspeare was trying to end.
Outrageous! Truly, truly, truly outrageous.
I'm talking, of course, about the defendant! Mr. Natsume isn't the villain in this case. Spin. He's the victim this man was trying to murder!
Objection!
The accused is actually the aggrieved. Interesting. However, the fundamental fact of the case remains unchanged. Namely, that the accused is the aggressor here.
What? How can you still claim that?
Same way I can accuse you of being a poopy head.
Oh.
Let us indulge your fancies for a moment and assume that there was indeed poison on the mouth of the gas pipe. The question then arises, is who put it there?
Who did put it there?
That is what I said!
Well, I mean...
Do not quote me. The only logical conclusion is that the person responsible was aware of this man's trickery with the gas supply and his intent to kill. Yes, that would indeed seem logical. So, the killer is definitely Queen Bee, right? Or is
No.
the attempted killer?
You're gonna be surprised who the attempted killer is.
Is it me? Did old Popeye do it? I've killed before, I'll kill again!
That's true.
If the assailant were unaware, how would he or she have known to lace the end of the gas pipe with poison? Okay, yeah, it's definitely Popeye. God, Jesus! I know the map has jump scares, and I activated one anyway. So now we must ask, how could anyone have known of Mr. Shakespeare's murderous designs?
You mean to suggest
Naturally. So possible answers that the question could not have been more obvious. Only the man whose life was being threatened could have possibly have known.
What?
Pardon me.
You're excused.
In other words, I'm not a fan of. I willingly put the jump scares on. This is not my own fault.
Yeah.
The person who puts the poison on the gas pipe in what was clearly a retaliatory attack. No, you've been accused, Mr. Soseki Nasamitsu. Whatever Mr. William Shamspeare may or may not have contrived to do. He was nevertheless the victim of the potentially lethal poison attack. And the one person who could have possibly perpetrated that attack is the accused, Mr. Natsumi.
Oh god, he's spitting facts. Stop him!
The defense counsel's theorizing has failed to avert suspicion from the accused. Far from it. In fact, now there is a clear motive for the poisoning to have been successfully established. That suspicion is greater than ever.
Sorry.
Would you not agree, my Nipponese friend? Ha, nerd.
How did he manage to turn that around on me so rapidly?
Mr. Naruhodo, you must respond! Otherwise, the members of the jury may very well change their leanings against us again. And this may be our last chance to gain the advantage.
What advantage?
Well, it would seem that somebody put poison on the gas pipe in Mr. Shamspeare's room. So we must name that person now and absolve Mr. Natsume of guilt.
You mean, name the true culprit? Time for a Hail Mary!
I know it might sound impossible, but if we fail to do that, I have no doubt that Mr. Natsume's fate will be sealed once and for all.
As it happens, one possible culprit does come to mind. The evidence, the poison, is all pointed to a particular person now. So, Nia, who do you think it is?
I'm dreading it, but I think it's Miss Green.
Nah, I'm pretty sure it's Popeye.
I
He was
don't
looking in the
know.
window. We know that Shamspier's a gas thief.
Yeah, but Miss Green's like her I mean he was basically her boyfriend, I think.
It was
What
boyfriend, soon to be married.
yeah. Was killed in like a similar accident.
The prosecution calls for the jury to consider their leanings again.
Pointing.
I trust you'll make the correct choice this time, Mr. Foreman.
Objection.
Why am I gasping? I know who this is. There's one other person who I believe could have been involved in all of this. The true culprit of this crime.
The true culprit? A term found only in second-rate novels featuring third-rate great detectives. My Nipponese friend.
You will regret saying this, Van Zeeks.
I'm sorry, did you say something? I don't speak bitch.
Nothing.
Or Japanese. Fun's bad enough to put both. Oh my god. But why not? But why not?
Disappointing climax.
This farce has gone on for so long already. I see no reason to call it short before the disappointing climax.
Thank you.
You're a bitch.
Oh.
Tell us, my learned Nipponese friend, what is your latest theory?
Take that!
The name of the person responsible for the poison that afflicted Mr. Shamsphere, I believe, Miss Olive Green.
Yeah.
Someone's speaking black slime again. Whoa.
Miss Olive Green. Miss Olive Green. I do feel as though I've heard that name in recent past, Counsel. I don't recall where. Miss Olive Green is a woman from 6 days ago.
Poor girl.
The victim in the case of stabbing on Briar Road. The incident for which Miss Natsumi was arrested, I hasten to add. Of course, yes, Miss Green. I definitely remember who that is. I've been paying attention. She was left comatose for some 3 days, I believe. I hear she regained consciousness 2 days ago.
Bruh, she must have did it beforehand.
And I hardly need to remind the court that Mr. Shamspeare's poisoning took place 3 days ago. Given that the woman was lying comatose in a hospital bed at the time, she appears to have a rather fine alibi.
True, but the night that the incident occurred, Miss Green was in the hospital unconscious. So on the face of it, it would seem that she couldn't possibly be responsible. But still. My colleagues and I visited Miss Green in the hospital yesterday, and we found her to be in possession of a bottle of poison. That girl is poison.
Good gracious. She had poison?
And there is another fact that links Miss Green to this case as well. The defense requests that she be brought to the witness stand in order to explain the details to the court.
No.
Please.
Tell me, Mr. Shamspeare.
No. My lord, pray, what be thy bidding?
You acquainted with Miss Green?
No, never heard of her. Damn, you kind of suck
Look
at
on
killing
Mr.
people.
Shamspeare's face. I think perhaps he genuinely doesn't know her. At least, not by name.
As the voice of Her Majesty's prosecution here, I adhere to my word. We will see my learned deputy's friend fast through it to its conclusion.
I appreciate that.
Look, I have nothing to do for several hours. The prosecution requests a short recess, my lord, in order to subpoena the witness and bring her here. Yes, Miss Olive Green. Indeed, my lord. 1 hour should be sufficient. Dibs on the slide.
Dibs on the trampoline.
Very well, I will grant. What fucking playground were you on that had a fucking trampoline?
A really good one.
There was a trampoline in like an actual
what the
like,
fuck?
playground. I think kids would be breaking their necks more often than usual.
Like, yeah, people would die.
I mean, I played on a playground set, and I busted my fucking leg, so, you know.
Yeah.
But that trampoline, I played on that all the time.
People would die.
Not-
D-I-E.
Not my problem, because I didn't die.
I live with it.
I lived, bitch. The only person on the trampoline. Excellent. I have hope. I called the seesaw playing by myself.
The seesaw beside.
Yeah, see, people die near.
Did
People
somebody say seesaw?
people die on seesaws more than trampolines.
The seesaw thing.
I don't believe that for a second.
Yeah, I think trampolines are a bit more deadly.
I mean, we played Danganronpa V3, so
Listen, that's not that's not a normal thing that happens. Nobody just has a scythe like taped to the end of a tree.
I don't know. Someone might have had a heart attack on a seesaw and died, so.
I mean, probably
That's
someone would
unrelated
crack
to
a
the
skull.
seesaw.
No
A
one's gonna say
heart
like
attack
someone-
on a seesaw doesn't correlate to the seesaw being the actual murder thing.
Oh,
It's
but
possible for a kid to, like crack their skull open.
Yeah.
why do we have metal playgrounds
The
now?
defense has made the most extraordinary accusation, I must say.
Metal playgrounds suck because in the sun, like everything is burning. Like those metal slides, they're like a waking nightmare. You do not want to fucking go down those.
When the bully
I'll do
you,
you one better. I'll do you one better. Those monkey bar cages.
Ugh.
when the bullies surround you in the monkey parks on a summer night, on a summer day.
But at present time, I feel the prosecution's argument remains largely uncontested.
But yeah, those metal slides can be used as torture devices.
Well, at least it ain't a McDonald's slide.
Accordingly, I'm afraid the defendant has and his culpability remain the sole subject of this court's attention. Thank you, counsels. We will reconvene in 1 hour. Court is adjourned.
I would rather burn to death on a slide than get pee on me.
I mean, pee doesn't hurt.
Yeah. It's gross, but it doesn't hurt. It doesn't burn your skin off.
I'd rather have my skin melted than get pee on me.
Well, that's your problem.
Some people are into that.
Mm.
Alright, what side do you need? Looking at this one and send it up.
Colorful, corporate, corny cop.
Joyful, jubilant, jumping jacks.
Oh, Mr. Natsume, I'm so pleased for you.
Yes!
Locum student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire, and non-locum judicial assistant Miss Mikitoba Esquies. It's a weird word. Now finally, at long last, there can be proof. Proof that I am innocent. And my tea is innocent.
Ah! Good morning, my dear fellows!
Ah! Huh. Sherlock Holmes. Sherlock Jones. May you drink my tepid tea and fall forever silent.
Damn. I thought the tea was innocent!
Not for him. I know his allergies.
Oh, Mr. Sholmes, you came! How wonderful!
Please, save your derision. I know what you are thinking. Good morning, he says, when it's very nearly time for luncheon. Your scorn is written clearly across your faces. Nobody said or thought anything of the sort. The truth is, I was determined that today would be the day. As sleep seduced me last night, I thought. Tomorrow, for once, I shall not oversleep. I'll rise early and be present in court to support my companions.
I have said this every day for years. Doesn't work.
Nope.
So spirited determination has a beauty all of its own, does it not? I fucking lied.
Pardon me.
Excused.
Oh.
Oh, yes!
And then I began to muse on the subject. Why do people oversleep, I queried. Why time after time do they make the same foolish blunder? This is a call-out post to every ding-dong bing-bong member.
Because people need to sleep, bro. It's like literally a function that we require to exist. And then
To
while we're we
live.
don't know why.
Maybe that's why.
That's real, by the way. We don't know why we need to sleep.
Wow.
And the answer came to me at once. It's so delightfully simple. People oversleep because they sleep. We're going to sleep to get out of the simulations. Well, is that not an astute insight into the matter?
Oh, yes.
You know that one Soma moment? It's like that. Upon which realization I attempted an experiment. I didn't sleep a wink at all night.
Oh my god, Sholmes.
Maybe that's why.
Hey, sometimes it works.
And the result? By first light, I was exhausted and began to be assailed by fits of drowsiness.
Assailed.
Assailed. Drowsiness.
In short, he
Shocking.
EP.
And so the conclusion of last night's experiment is this. A good night's sleep is quite simply essential. Yes, I think most of us probably knew that already. What other presuppose, I prove by experimentation, that my dear fellow is a scientific method. Ah yes, and one more thing. Do you remember this? Here, drink, Mr. Naruhodo.
No,
No.
bugger.
I don't wanna. Fine, I will.
Woo! Spring break!
And Skipper died. Yes, of course. It's the poison that Miss Green was about to drink at the hospital yesterday. Oh, you didn't manage to... It was a laborious task, as the bottle was near empty. But such inconvenience do not hinder Sholmes. I managed to confirm that it contained strike 9. So I was right.
Shots!
Perhaps, though of course, such circumstantial evidence doesn't prove Miss Green's guilt. I shall leave the bottle in your care now, but licking the inside of the neck is not recommended. This fucking... how is this man not dead?
How are you not dead, Naruhodo?
Can I have a word? Who's this? Oh, Gregson. Go have a word. Gregson! How good of you to come. Forget. Fuck that. Forget it, excuse me. Wait a minute, Inspector.
Nope, I'm good.
I, don't wish to make a nuisance of myself. From the look on your face, I say someone else who you think is making a nuisance of himself. My dear
I
Inspector!
think they're making an ass of himself.
My dear Inspector, please speak freely. Pretend I'm not here. Believe me, if I could do that, life would be a whole lot simpler for me.
Do you have the results, Inspector? Of the investigation in Mr. Shamsphere's room?
Not yet. Shouldn't be long now, though. No, I'm here about something else. That dead convict, actually. Huh? Oh, you mean the man from the newspaper article we discovered yesterday in Mr. Shamsphere's room?
A man by the name of... yes, Selden.
I went through the archives at the yard and dug out the fellow's file. There's something in there that, well, it caught my eye.
Something caught your eye? What, Inspector? What?
We don't get one detective in this series. We get two in the same game. I'll copy out the relevant parts for you, so you can read it for yourselves. Thank you! I'm gonna read this right now. 18 counts of burglary, 6 counts of suspected murder, died of natural causes while in prison at final moments, written only by his cellmate, has made £1,000 worth of loot he still remains uncovered. Manchester State in prison, announced death of the murder burglary. Caused by shots at fellow cell medical staff, right? Leave that recovery. Put him back. Interesting. So he had a cellmate.
These documents included details that were in the newspaper cutting we found in Mr. Shamsphere's room. I'll rearrange everything in the court record so we don't have duplicate information.
Why are you giving us a copy of this important file, though? Well, you're the ones who turned up the clue in the first place, aren't you? I'm just making sure things get handled in the proper fashion. Base, Gregson, even though your name was hinted at in the last case in the last game.
Oh, Scotland Yard's workings are so wonderful.
Indeed, my dear fellows, and the expected here is a shining diamond in its crown. A shining diamond in the rough, maybe? The fuck you say to me, kid? Nothing? Look, I just don't want to be beholden to a lawyer, that's all. Prosecution, maybe, but a lawyer, no. Counsel, the defense, and the defendant. Get your ass in here right now. Don't give a fuck. Well, I shall leave you then. I'll be listening with interest from the public gallery, but nodding off at all, certainly not. Thank you, Mr. Sholmes. I'm rather tired of seeing Mr. Moustache in floods of tears personally, so the best of luck to you. Yeah, I'm just saying this right now. Case 3 is gonna peak for you.
Okay.
Because your favorite character's coming back.
What?
Well, one of them anyway.
In
One.
bog form.
Bog.
locum student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire.
Yes, Mr. Natsume?
It's time, isn't it?
Yes, this is it. Miss Olive Green and Mr. William Shamsphere. This is going to be a final battle.
Oh shit.
Don't shit yourself.
Too late.
Fuck! I won't really have saved Soseki-san until I expose the whole truth of everything that's been going on. It's all coming to a head now. You could do it, Ryunosuke. You have to! For Kazuma's sake. I wonder what Kazuma's thinking of me right now.
Did I leave the oven on? In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session again now.
Yes!
No! Before the recess, we heard a man starting an accusation from the defense. Namely, that the victim in the case we have heard only a few days ago is the true perpetrator of this incident.
Bitch! Prejudiced?
Dude.
A reckless, rash, and prejudiced charge of wrongdoing, in my opinion, my lord. However,
Well, I don't give a shit about your opinion, bud.
silence, sir. The prosecution has tried to extend every courtesy to this amateur newcomer from dubious eastern shores.
Dubious.
Thank you! Wait, no, I take that back. For that backhand consideration!
You're a bitch. You're a whore. You suck. And not because of the whore thing. A rather cold assessment from the honorable British prosecutor, I must say. Why do you want a sacrificial dagger so much you're willing to pay $400 on it?
Me when
Lord
I
Ben Seeks, is the new witness present and ready to take the stand?
buy the collector's edition of Dragon Age 4 to get a plastic knife.
Ready and willing for the witness's antechamber. The witness's antechamber, my lord. Very well. Bailiff! Bring the witness in.
British weekends. Oh, she's painting. Hey.
Why would you bring a joyful thing into my courtroom?
I'm gonna paint some little trees here. Little trees. Yeah.
Just
This
having
is not the place for the
trees.
happy little trees! Oops, I've hit the scary German. Witness, state your names and occupations for the court, please.
William Shamsphere, my liege. For my occupation, I can say only
Shut the fuck up and say,
that I be a tragic victim to be pitied.
Oh, shut up.
oh,
Currently unemployed.
I'm going to stab him myself.
Currently,
What the
Okay, sacrificial dagger now a zombie arm. Stop buying creepy shit in my store.
This man's poor.
Certainly currently unemployed in other firms.
Oh god damn, he's playing my fucking harmonica again.
Skipper, it's you.
I'm Olive Green. I'm a fledgling artist. Well, no,
Take their
not a
their brother's
fledgling,
bones.
really. A hopeless failure who's too weak-spirited to admit she has no talent, I suppose.
Jesus.
I bet we're gonna see our painting at the end. It's gonna be the most beautiful thing ever.
Yeah.
Happy little trees. Okay, I'm gonna wake up now. There we go.
Also currently unemployed in other birds.
Damn!
I have no respect for anyone, least of all the arts.
What a crochet. Or crochet?
Coterie.
Coterie. Coat my reed.
Mr. Shamspeare?
My lord, I am thy humble servant.
Elephant gun? I'm afraid that you are no longer merely the victim in this affair. Possibility has been raised that you are in fact the assailant, intent on taking the life of your fellow lodger. The part you've been playing in this whole business will be thoroughly scrutinized, I assure you.
I would for naught else, my lord.
Does anyone understand what this guy's saying?
Not half the time now.
Ugh. I hate these witnesses. One second. Selling an alien a stove
Oh.
for $700. And Miss Green?
Yes.
Ugh. You are aware that Lisa, you've been summoned to the courtroom, I presume.
Yes, the officer did explain.
That.
He said I poisoned this ridiculous buffoon.
And do you accept the charge, Miss Green?
I don't know anything about any poisoning. And I don't know anything about this man.
Come, lady, die to live. Verily, I know not thy prickly, pea-pigmented persona.
Persona.
Very well, let us proceed with the matter at hand. That being to discern whether or not Miss Green has any involvement in this affair.
It's all very strange indeed. Why would you suspect me? I barely ever go to the fast East End anyway. It so happens I passed by that neighborhood 6 days ago, that's all. And on the night that this man was poisoned, I was still in hospital fighting for my life.
Yes, having been unfortunately caught up in the incident on the street outside of the Garrett household. An incident that rendered you unconscious for 3 days.
I was struck in the middle of my back by a knife, though no,
It
through
is
no
to prove
fault
that
of
you are
my
not
own.
Sasasi
Now,
Waka.
I'm under suspicion. What other irrelevant things might I be suspected of? It's all very disturbing.
Your energies may be better spent worrying about random knife attacks, I feel, Miss Green.
At this point in time, all that appears to connect you and Mr. Shamspeare lodging is the Briar Road incident of 6 days ago. That's why we would like you to testify formally now about exactly what happened.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! The incident 6 days ago? You mean you want me to relive that awful incident?
Yes.
Unfortunately, yes. Please disclose what happened that day. And of course, we will be interested to hear from you about your movements that day too, Mr. Shamsphere. But what happened 6 days ago has nothing to do with me being poisoned. Don't care.
Let us proceed then. The witness will present their formal testimony to the court. On the subject of the incident that took place on Briar Road the evening of the 17th of February.
Witness testimony.
It was 6 days ago at about 5 p.m. I was walking along in the snow when I was suddenly stabbed in the back. Coincidentally, it happened to be just outside the house where the men in this case have their lodgings.
I was at the tavern on the eve of which thou speakest, for I had bespoke my supper.
It was the first time I'd been in the area. I had a little matter to attend to, that's all. Anyways, I was admitted straight to the hospital, so I knew nothing about all of this business.
Yes, the second incident inside a week at what I believe to be aptly described as the haunted lodging. One can only presume that this is a most unfortunate coincidence. It's not a coincidence.
There's no such thing as coincidence.
Meanwhile, you say you were not in the room, Mr. Shamspeare.
'Twas the following morn when I did awaken that I learned of the dire events. Mary, what a commotion did the officers of the law make on the floor above mine. Maria. When Soseki-san was arrested on suspicion of attempted murder?
You're gonna have to give me a minute. Yeah, I'm in the middle of an auction game. I can't pause this.
What are you auctioning for?
You really
Yeah.
You
I suspected there's nothing connecting these two witnesses but happenstance.
It's true, it does seem though they're unrelated at first glance, but I'm not so sure. There's something lurking in the shadows here. I feel certain of it. And this is my one and only chance to expose it.
Counsel, you may now cross-examine these two witnesses as you wish.
Yes, my lord!
Hold it!
What little matter, Miss Green? Please elaborate.
It was nothing really. It's not worth mentioning.
If you remember, you mentioned it to us yesterday at the hospital.
Ah,
It was related to the card you were holding. Miss Green! What was that? She clearly just hit something behind her back. From memory, I believe the card contained a note that read, I have information regarding the death of Duncan Ross.
What?
what does that
Hello?
matter? This has nothing to do with Duncan.
Aw.
Excuse me! Mr. Shamspeare, do you have something to share with the court? To be or not to be? That is the question. Shut the fuck up! Ah, pray forgive me. The great Bart's words springeth from within me with ne'er a thought. Don't tell me. Because you're possessed by Shakespeare's spirit, right? Is he a fae?
No.
Hearing Miss Green's words a moment ago seemed to make you think of something. Something of relevance, perhaps? Well, nay, sir. 'Twas nothing at all. Presumably you know the name, though. Mr. Duncan Ross, I mean? After all, you were both lodging in the same house. I would were so, but sadly nay. Lodging be a lonely occupation, sire. My lodging fellows be rarely known to me. So you haven't heard of him, even though he passed away in the room just one floor above yours? You're a terrible liar.
Yeah, he's not hiding it very well.
Miss Green.
Me, my lord. Have I done something wrong?
Your brother's having
That
fun.
juror, yes.
I don't know what the fuck he's doing.
Oh, I know what he's doing.
Don't say jerking off. Don't say jerking off. Don't say jerking.
What?
The card that is mentioned before, containing.
Jesus Christ.
Not helping the case. Not helping the case. Not helping the case. The card that was mentioned before, containing the note, do you have it on your person?
He's talking it, bro!
I do, yes, but I don't need it anymore. In fact, I should
Put
throw
the
it
schmeat
away,
down.
really.
Before you dispose of it, the court will take it as evidence, please.
Yoink. Of course. That's what links Mr. Shamsphere and Miss Green. It's Duncan Ross. I mean, yeah. The audience already knew that.
Now continue with your testimony, please, Miss Green.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
The envelope had been ripped open rather carelessly, hasn't it? Miss Green strikes me as the type to open correspondence more neatly than that. Ah. See, that joke me, you, and Doc made did pay off.
It did.
What is it?
The way the envelope is torn, I'm almost sure I've seen that exact same shape somewhere else.
Oh, you don't mean... Were you thinking of this piece of evidence, Mr. Naruhodo?
Exactly. That's it. Try to matching them up. It did. The smaller piece looks like a gun.
They go together perfectly. This torn off end of the envelope clearly belonged to this card.
We did it. We did it.
We did it, Reddit.
Hold it!
A tavern, you say? Which one? 'Twas the slug and salad where I did tarry. 'Tis a jewel in the East End.
expected, I feel.
Hmm? What do you mean, Lord Van Zeeks?
The slug and salad offers unusually fine dining, for the local tea at least. Not an establishment you'd expect to be patronized by a man with not even a crumb of bread in his room.
Bitch, did you call me poor?
You called yourself poor.
I'm a poor
True,
little
the menu
papa.
has this premium crust of bread and glasses and slug. In different levels of
I'm just a
cloudiness.
poor boy from a poor family, sparing this life from this monstrosity.
No. I would have expected grubbery in the local vicinity to be more appropriate for your means.
God, he's too rich.
To be entirely fair, people eat beyond their means all the time.
Mhm.
Yeah, but did it the 18th, the fucking 1800s?
You think people have gotten any less greedy?
I mean, when you have people like
Oh my god, is your brother being tortured? What the fuck was that?
he's
Probably.
rehearsing for his next to be the next survivor in DVD.
Watery soup and mushy peas, or soupy water and pea like mush.
All equally appetizing. I just wanted to try some water in a different pump for once. What's wrong with that? How different can water really be? Oh, buddy, Aquafina. Let me take out my Aquafina here. Let's see what the fuck it has in here. I can't see, it's dark. Ingredients: purified water, magnesium sulfate, potassium chloride, minerals added for taste. What happened to just water?
Or perhaps there's a more plausible explanation. A specific reason why he had to go to that particular establishment.
Agreed. The fact that on that day of all days he dined at a place he wouldn't normally, it does stand out. So Mrs. Shakespeare owns action on the day of the incident 6 days ago was slightly suspicious. I wonder if we have some evidence that can explain those actions. We do! Mr. Shakespeare? Yes, sire? On the day in question, is it not the case that you visited the Slug and Salad, a place you don't normally patronize, for a very particular reason? I don't know what you're talking about. Pray, if thou hast some purpose, speakest. Very well, I will present the court with evidence. Evidence that explain why you had to be at the Slug and Salad that day. Namely,
Take that!
I believe this card reveals the answer. Behold my Shamsphere dance.
Good lord, Miss Green's card. You mean,
That's right, my lord. It reads, I have information regarding the death of Duncan Ross. Come to the Slug and Salad on Briar Road at 5 p.m. on 17th. Don't tell anybody else about this letter or the meeting. It is a matter of utmost importance. Mr. Shamsphere, your action on the afternoon of Miss Green's stabbing are exactly as described in this note. Ah! Personally, I find it hard to believe that's a coincidence. Don't you, Mr. Shamsphere? Well... Skipper died.
Excuse me, can I say something?
Yes, Miss Green?
That card was delivered to me. It doesn't have anything to do with this odd man, doesn't it? Does it?
Well, you think so, yes, but it's hard to believe it's merely...
My lord, may I?
You're broken. May I? Kamehameha! I'll show you meta.
May you what, Miss Green?
I'd like to make something very clear about that card.
Very well then, you may amend your testimony to include details about this peculiar note.
New dialogue. Skipper, new dialogue. Let's go.
This note was delivered to me at my address. It's nothing to do with the old man next to me here.
Oh yeah?
Objection!
You liar. The day before the incident, exactly 1 week ago now, this note was delivered to your address. And upon carrying out the instructions in the note, you found yourself in hospital.
Yes, I did. Terrible. Everything that happened to me.
Yes, it is terrible. If it's all true, that is.
What do you mean?
Miss Green, have a look at this, please. It's the torn off end of an envelope.
Oh, is it?
And it so happens that it fits together perfectly with the envelope of the note you received.
Where did you find that?
In Mrs. Shamsphere's room. In my room? Mr. Shamsphere, do you perhaps remember this note from somewhere? Well... Your actions that afternoon follow the instructions in the note to the letter. Come to the Sluggish Cell on Briar Road at 5 p.m. on the 17th. And so that's exactly where you went. Let me ask you again, Mr. Shamsphere. You already knew about this note, didn't you? And you, Miss Green.
What did I do?
As this torn off end of the envelope proves, the note was originally in Mr. Shamsphere's room. So how is it that it came to be in your possession?
I don't have the first idea. I'm just a fledgling artist after all.
There is only one explanation. You broke into Mr. Shamsphere's room and stole it! You did what? Sorry, thou has what? Thou were in my room? What on earth do you want with me? Wow, looks like someone's breaking character right now.
It would seem. That both witnesses need to testify again. Miss Green,
Yes.
whilst you have the court's sympathy, I'm sure for your suffering, for the suffering you've endured in these events.
Oof. Oof. Dun, 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 dun. Bum, bum.
Anyone found to be giving false testimony in the court of law will be duly punished. Please bear that in mind.
Everyone,
Yes, I know.
everyone hates me.
Very well done, witness. We'll give formal testimony again now. On the subject of this curious anomaly regarding the note Miss Green claims to have received.
That's about right. Allegro, baby. I do remember now. 'Twas a week ago, peradventure, that note that was delivered unto me. On the day of her third, I did tarry long hour at the sluggard cellar, yet nobody came. Thereafter on the evening I shared the company of the Japanese fellow. I did see the note had vanished.
I don't know what you mean. You think I snuck into this man's room, do you? Why would I? I can point out the villain here, and as for that torn-off piece of envelope, I don't know anything about it.
Lady, you're making this harder than it needs to be.
You no claim to have received this letter. Do you, Mr. Shamspear?
Faith, 'tis so, my lord. And I would swear to have set it upon the table in my humble lodging. Yet, 'tis clear to me, now that since I returned it from the tavern that night, I have not laid eyes upon it.
Well, that being the case, young lady, it would appear your testimony was...
A big fat lie.
A lie? Is that what you think? How unfair of you to think I'm the one lying.
Damn. I can't believe Neo died.
I beg your pardon?
I'm just a fledgling artist, as I said, and fledgling artists don't lie. That note was delivered to me at my address. That note was delivered to me at my address. Besides, we all know who the liar around here is.
If that's true, Miss Green, how do you explain the facts? This part of the envelope was, without question, found in Mrs. Shamspear. Okay. Damn. Sheesh.
I don't see why I should explain.
Sorry?
I'm a fledgling artist. My job here is to just say what happened, that's all. It's your job to give the explanations and the proofs. You, the fledgling lawyer.
The fledgling will do his best.
Evidently, my learned friend's cross-examination is our hope of learning only hope of learning the truth. Well, counsel?
I'm ready, my lord.
Very well then, the defense will now proceed with the cross-examination of the witness.
Miss Green clearly did break into Mr. Shamspeare's room. There can be no question of that. And that's how she acquired the note.
Yes, two facts are starting to lead me to a possible explanation for all of this. It's not a pretty one.
Objection!
Yesterday at the hospital, we saw you with this bottle. And though the contents split during the course of our meeting, a small quantity remained. According to the defense independent analysis, Mrs. Sholmes' chemistry said, the liquid that was still in the bottle was identified as Stretch 9.
That strychnine is the very same poison that afflicted Mr. Shamspeare.
Miss Green, you broke into this man's lodgings for one reason, and one reason only. To cover the end of the pipe that feeds the gas lamp in Mr. Shamspeare's room with poison! You broke into my room too! It may seem credible to the court, but from the remaining clues, there's only one logical conclusion that we can reach.
Fuck.
You alright?
And my foot cramping up. Bastard.
Spin! The person who attempted to take Mrs. Shamspeare's life with poison was you, Miss Olive Green!
Oh boy. Oh no! Oh no!
Okay, at least the Ace Attorney series got some fucking class. They didn't show any fucking panties.
Yeah.
Not in this series.
I hope that painting isn't ruined.
Oh, there we go. Sorry, the stream was a little there for a second.
Oh.
You're good.
Order! Counsel, are you seriously suggesting this woman put poison on the end of the gas pipe with intent to kill?
Yes, my lord. There's no other way to explain the facts.
But if Miss Green did indeed set this odorous trap 6 days ago,
Foot long.
and The victim put his mouth on the pipe the very evening as expected. The attempted murder would happen 6 days ago, surely.
Oh! Well, that's a very good point.
Von T said, "Oh,
Perhaps not, my lord.
he's actually disagreeing."
Beg your pardon?
Huh?
There was a significant police presence in the area that evening on account of the incident on Briar Road. Local residents were being interviewed throughout the night as part of the ongoing inquiry. A circumspect criminal would likely have chosen not to carry out any wrongdoing at that time.
Lord Van Zeeks. Naruhodo just looks very cool in that outfit. The mouse kind of ruins it though, but I still like the mouse though. And Skipper died.
And of course, the following morning there was more activity at Mr. Shamspeare's address.
More activity? Ah, yes! You mean his fellow lodger, Mr. Natsume, being arrested on suspicion of murder?
That's right, and as the defense has already proposed, Mr. Shamspeare was meddling with the gas in the pipe for a very sinister reason himself. To cause the gas stove in Mr. Natsume's room to go out, thereby asphyxiating the occupant.
But once Mr. Natsume had been arrested, his room was under constant surveillance by the police. In the circumstances, Mr. Shamspeare had no reason to blow air to the gas pipe. See, Neil, he's a serial killer.
Intended victim being in a prison cell. With the need to tamper with the gas removed, the poison in the pipe lie dormant.
And then, 3 days ago now, the situation changed again.
Right! Mr. Natsume's trial, which took place here at the Old Bailey, came to an end.
Oh, hey, the xenomorphs in the Fortnite shop.
Yeah.
The trial of which the man stood accused of stabbing Miss Green in the back was duly acquitted.
That resulted in Mr. Natsume returning to his lodging for the first time in 2 days. And that very night, his gas stove mysteriously went out, and Mr. Shamspeare was mysteriously poisoned. Hey, Sink! In conclusion, the poison that was present on the mouth of the gas pipe, spin, had been put there in the victim's room some 4 days earlier!
Oh, crap. I'm not getting Lars. Oh, I'm not getting James Hetfield.
Oof.
Oof.
Yeah, matchmaking ends for Fortnite Festival in 10 minutes.
Damn. With that new understanding, it became clear that this letter was all part of the plan.
Oh well, I got most of the good members of Metallica and Lars Ulrich.
It's doom time, baby.
Plan. It's not doom time. We have a day.
The court will recall that the note gave instructions to visit the Suglet Salad at 5 o'clock, and that the recipient should tell nobody else. The reason for those instructions are now clear.
To ensure that the lodger would not be at home at stated time.
To make sure I wasn't home? Exactly! While you were out, Miss Green could safely slip into your room, knowing that she wouldn't be disturbed. You mean to say that letter was written by Miss Green, yes. And in order to cover her tracks, she took it away with her when she left. Just after she smeared poison over the mouth of the gas pipe in your room!
Order! Order! What do you have to say for yourself? Witness.
Just who are you? Why did you try to kill me? Miss Green's motive should be obvious. You murdered her husband, dude.
Yeah.
Why are you playing fucking dumb? It's all tied up with someone whose name we heard several times already during the course of this trial. Course of this trial, not curse.
So, that's what's behind the business. You will share your apparent understanding with the court, please, counsel. Which person is behind this woman's motive for the attack on the victim's life?
Take that!
Duncan Ross.
That's right. Before the defendant, Mr. Natsume, took up residence in the lodging at Mr. Garadeb's, somebody else was renting the room, Mr. Duncan Ross.
I knew I'd heard the name somewhere else. My god, that's that word on PS5. It was all over the papers a month ago when the man died in strange circumstances at the haunted lodgings.
Jesus Christ, someone made the fucking the main four in Five Nights at Freddy's as Beast Wars Transformers.
That does ring a vague. Of course, yes, I remember now. A young man they claim was strangled by the convict's curse or something.
Sadly, my lord, it wasn't a curse of any kind, nor was it an accident. The man died as a result of Mr. Shamspeare blowing into the gas pipe and causing gas to leak into the room. It was murder, plain and simple. Gah! Uh-oh.
Well, what do you know? The world is so unfair. Curses, curious death. That's all people care about. If it's an interesting story, they want to know. It doesn't cross their minds that real people are involved.
Oh god, this line hurts. Fuck.
Yeah.
And once they're bored, just 1 month later, once the story's lost its appeal, everyone's forgotten him.
Aww.
You mean you? Duncan was... Mr. Ross was Miss Green's fiancé. Fiancé? You may not have known until now who Miss Green really is, Mr. Shamsphere. But she's known exactly who you are all along. Because you're her sworn enemy. The murderer who took the life of the man she was to marry! Marry?! Miss Green, it is not the case that in order to exact revenge on Mr. Shamsphere, you smeared poison over the end of the gas pipe. Wait, she has nothing. That painting is clear. What the hell have you been painting with? Invisible paint?
Apparently.
Someone get a nightlight.
This is all quite extraordinary. Am I correct in my understanding that you now accuse both parties, counsel?
Huh?
Each on different counts of murder.
Yes, my lord. That's correct.
Objection!
Hey, Neo, look at this.
What?
If it loads.
Inhaling so deeply is that my fledgling has learned. My friend has taken a lungful of dubious gas that's causing his judgment to be clouded.
What?
Bruh.
Bitch.
Why would Mr. Shamsphere have wanted to kill these lodgers, as you say? You completely provide a motive to substantiate your accusations against these men.
Yes! Yes! That's right, Mr. Reaper, my liege! I have been slighted. 'Tis lies! Oh, lies! I deny every utterance!
And you'll have to forgive me, Mr. Naruhodo, sir. But I don't intend to admit to anything either.
Miss Green!
I'm sure you'll think I'm being very rude, but I'm not going to be sent to the gallows for the likes of this scoundrel!
There you go. But you broke into the man's room! If you didn't do it to smear poison on the pipe, what was your reason?
The fucking mouse. I'm in the house like carpet. Not that stupid fucking lyric.
This is a serious moment. I'm in the house like carpet.
I'm in the house like carpet.
Sorry?
You're right, I suspected him. So I thought I perhaps might find some evidence or something in his room. It's evidence that it was him who took Duncan's life.
Oh, villainous! Oh, villainy! Oh, tyranny! Oh, roddy woman! You just call that fucking woman fat, my guy. What the fuck? But in any case, whenever I leave my room, I do turn the key in the lock.
The whole place is falling apart. The locks on the doors are no different.
Miss Green, the
Duncan showed
lock-picking
one how to
lawyer.
unlock the door with some turfs and a piece of wire.
Oh, awfulness! Oh, artfulness! Oh, tyranny! Oh, profanity, oh, woman!
We will consider your trespassing on some of future occasion, but now tell the court what you found. What evidence your search revealed?
Well, I spotted the note that I'd sent him laying on the floor. When I went to pick it up, I noticed something. One of the floorboards was loose. Underneath it, I discovered a secret hiding place.
Eh? Yes, we also discovered a hiding place.
Inside, we found a new newspaper cutting, a photograph, and an empty tin box. Ah, yes. Well, the thing is, when I found it, the box wasn't empty.
What? There was something in it?
Yes. This rather nice key.
Jesus.
Ow!
Ow.
Sorry. What are you doing with that?
Gouge both your eyes out, I will.
What the?
3 ounces of color is drained from his face.
Give it here! Give it to me now! It's mine! I inherited it!
It doesn't look special.
Key. Put me in a horror movie. I will be the Scream King. And also, when I get scared, make my hair white.
Warning, fools, be gone. You inherited it.
No, What's all this about? He inherited that key?
Is it from Selden?
See, I told you, Neil.
It was
He murdered
obviously
Selden.
important to you since you've gone to such lengths to hide it, so I took it.
Damn.
I don't know what it's for, but you took something precious from me, so I took something precious from you.
Based.
Yeah.
So that means you can't open something now. I don't care.
Give it back this minute! Give it to me!
How did he not recognize it when he first
I don't know,
saw
I guess he
her?
just wasn't fucking looking.
His eyes is like a gecko. He needs to look in a certain direction to see things.
Calm yourself, witness.
So Mr. Shakespeare has tried. So Mr. Shakespeare has tried, in one case succeeded, to take the life of 2 lodgers now. Yes, his motive for doing so is the key to everything that happened. It's true that there appears to be no more to support the accusation against Mr. Shakespeare at first, But considering everything we know now, I think there's actually something that could explain it.
What?
I need to recall every piece of evidence at our disposal.
I'll be right back.
Everything we've seen and
Alright.
heard. Because I'm sure that I just caught a glimpse of the link that runs through all of these events.
Impression.
We are making great progress right now. We're almost done with this case.
Yippee! Oh man, but then we're gonna have to take a break because it's fucking weekends. Oh wait, no, it's Friday tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow's
I'm
Friday.
Stupid. I'm stupid. I thought it was Friday today. I'm stupid.
No, if it was Friday today, I would have known. Because Alien Romulus comes out.
Oh, yeah, you're right. So yippee more.
Me when I had a pet xenomorph laying on my leg and petting its head.
They're just cats to me.
Yeah. Dangerous,
But-
big cat.
Dangerous. Well, it's like having a pet lion, I guess. That can spit acid.
You know that one, like, lion tamer that boops the lion's nose?
I think so.
Think about that, but with a xenomorph.
Boop. What snoot you booping? The big one or the tiny one in the mouth?
Both.
I'll put some photos I took myself. Muted.
Huh.
The first one's from 2020, the other one's from 2022.
Oh yeah.
Naruhodo.
The
It's
first one makes him look like a model.
I can't believe Discord fucking booted me out of my own account so it can update the fucking app. What the hell?
Bruh.
Yeah,
Judge.
Matt said he'd be back.
Ah,
In that case, counsel, I demand
Oh, there he is.
that you present evidence to the court in support of your claim. I said I was going out.
I know, but when I said you'd be back, you came back, so I summoned you, obviously.
Take that!
That's an official police report, is it not? The Selden file. How did you get a hold of that?
Selden? The now sadly deceased Mr. Ross and the defendant Mitsunatsume have only one thing linking them. The fact that they had lodging in the same room.
Well, yes, we know this, certainly. A room that was formerly occupied by Selden. Until as that is, he was arrested by Scotland Yard for his involvement in multiple burglaries. I see.
And it so happened that the convict Selden left behind one very substantial mystery when he died.
If you want everything I want, you can have it. I left it all in one piece. There's some 1,000 pounds worth of. It is the one piece! Pounds of loot said he still.
The One Piece!
One piece!
Yayo!
Real!
Yayo! Yayo!
Which as yet remains to be found. Ah, yes, of course. It's coming back to me now. Someone in this file here. £50,000 lost en route to hell. It's at this house in the paper summed it up.
And it seems that one particular fellow inmate was with the convict in his final moments. It's not hard to imagine Selden entrusting that inmate with his most closely guarded secret, the location of the stolen loot, and perhaps a key to unlock whatever container the valuable were in.
You mean this key is...
Mr. Shamspear, it was you, wasn't it? You were at the capital offender's side when he died, were you not? What are you talking about? 'Tis a false charge, I tell you! A false charge! So this man murdered one person, and then murdered another person, and was going to murder another person. Neo, if that's not a serial killer, I don't know what is.
Well,
Selden telling Shamspear, Shamspear, I got some money. I need this key that's hidden in my lounge. I'll split it with you 50-50. Shamspear, 50-50? Fuck no!
This is an Emerson inmate who was with Selden at the time of at his death. His notes noted in this file. Pardon me?
Excuse. Okay.
But a single telegram to the prison where he died will quickly tell us how false the charge really was.
I wet myself.
But even if it's true,
Damn, okay. Fortnite Season 4 already leaked.
yeah, the entire chapter leaked.
Excuse me, buddy.
That's why I knew that Metallica was after Billie Eilish.
Well, Snoop Dogg's coming in November, so I'm happy.
Why would the men be so intent on killing every subsequent occupant of the convent's lodgings?
There's only one explanation for that, my lord. It was in that very room that Selden hid his loot! Fortnite style. Man, look at all these high tier weapons in this rum room. I hope nothing kills me.
Sorry, we couldn't hear you over the sound of someone with all four medallions heading your way rapidly.
Goddamn.
So it all comes out.
Yes, and having established that, all of Mr. Shakespeare's subsequent actions start to make perfect sense.
He was let out of prison following Selden's death.
Ooh, Mysterio hype.
He made immediately for Mr. Garrett's lodgings in the hope of renting Selden's old room.
Is that far from home, Mysterio?
I don't think so. Whoever is a retired army man was unable to offer him the accommodation of his choice.
Ew, Iron Patriot. Because Selden's own room had already been led to somebody else, Mr. Duncan Ross.
Rhodey arriving out of the battle bus. What the fuck is a kilometer? Oh, you mean like the battle pass league? Yeah, that league probably because of updates.
Yeah, I was talking about the Battle Pass League.
Which is fine. Mr. Shamspear subsequently devised his gas-based blood to kill the occupant of the room.
Okay.
And when he was successful, he resumed the intention. He intended to inquire about switching into the newly vacant room.
However, a certain jittery someone had beat him to it. You mean to tell me Soseki was caught at the wrong place at the wrong time?
Again,
Yep.
Mr. Soseki Natsume, the defendant of this case, no less.
So you decided to use the ploy with the gas again, didn't you, Mr. Shamsphere? This time to oust Mr. Natsume! All for one simple and egregious reason. To get your hands on the 1,000 pounds of loot left behind by the dead convict! You...
Mhm.
You're actually completely wrong. Cause fuck you.
Was that really his breakdown?
Looks like I'm gonna snuff it before they get to stretch me neck. Oh wait, there's someone else. I think that it... Listen, I want you to aid me loot, and if enough swap, the coppers getting their mitts on it. In the room where I was lodging when they caught me. Yeah, this is the key to it. Take it. Always stay one step ahead, mate. See you in there, I guess. Shamsphere. It's mine. What did he just say? It's mine. That loot is mine.
What the fuck, dude?
Mr. Shamsphere? It's all lies. I don't accept any of it. Why should I? After all, you don't have a shred of evidence. You can't prove I killed that fellow. Forsooth, I'm the victim here. Remember? Is that right, ladies and gentlemen? If I don't admit to it, there's nothing you can do. You can't arrest me for the time being anyway. Freddy, you can't arrest the victim, can you? Isn't that right, ladies and gentlemen? I'm so close. I just need a few more hours. I swore to myself that I'd get my hands on it, and I can almost taste it now.
Jesus.
Do you really think I just give up? There's no question in my mind now. This man is guilty through and through.
Yeah.
But he seems so utterly intoxicated by the idea of that loot.
Money!
I'm
Money.
afraid that however hard you press him, he'll never admit to what he's done, Mr. Naruhodo.
There is a way. I am one greedy son of a bitch!
Pardon?
There's one way I can finish him. Fucking Ryanosuke takes out his sword. Only one way.
I just want to talk to him. I just want to talk to him.
Fucking die!
Unfortunately, I am on the sarcasm.
He's already committed the most heinous crime to get his hands on that loot. Which means all we need to do is find it first.
He's like, hell yeah, I want money.
A fine plan. it's not for the fact that the police thoroughly searched the room following the death of Mr. Ross. If it's there at all, it must be very well hidden indeed.
Wom, wom, wom.
Without conclusive evidence, I certainly cannot rule.
If only. If only there was some way we could find the convict's loot quickly.
This is the final piece in this complex puzzle. But I think we might have it in our possession already. Or rather, I think we may well have something that can help us find where that loot is hidden. Excuse me. My lord? That rat is gonna fall off.
It's not a rat. It's a mouse.
You dirty rat.
Yes, counsel?
The defense would like to make a proposal about how to find the late convict's hidden loot. I believe we are already in the possession of something that could give us a clue as to whereabouts. Windmill. It's our last chance. So it has to be worth a gamble.
Let's go gambling.
I can't stop winning.
Oh, dang it. Oh, dang it. Oh, dang it.
We used the same technique once already, and it's definitely paid off then.
Very well then, counsel. Let the court hear your idea.
Take that!
If I'm not mistaken, those are Mr. Shamspeare's handprints on the wall of his lodgings.
That's right, my lord. Exposed as a result of the defense's independent investigation of the scene.
By the way, jail.
But
Based on a wonderful new discovery in the field of forensic science by the great detective, Mr. Sholmes.
a great detective? Is that some kind of joke? Do you really think I'm going to be taunted by a man with such a ridiculous title? Okay,
Yes.
William Shamsphere. I should think the great bard ought to recognize such a title when he hears one, Mr. Shamsphere.
Yeah.
Perhaps we should compete for the honor of most ridiculous titles. Ah! This Horlock shows himself!
What the fuck are you doing here? Get out!
Stop this man from coming in the. Stop this man from coming on the
What are
court.
you doing here, Great Detective? Your usual haunts us the filthy back room. It's the capital of Zane.
Ah, Mr. Reaper, it's been too long. And I see your complexion have worsened since we last met. Mr. Sholmes! You just called Van Zeek's ugly. He does know Lord Van Zeek then. Well enough to say something like that in any case.
I do admit their dynamic intrigues me. So it's interesting to see them finally interact.
Mr. Sholmes. Though you may be here, may be heralded as great detective by the population at large.
Herald of Darkness.
May have thrown some fire from these scales into the crowd willy-nilly. Until you hit that guy. That does not give you the right to come here and go in my courtroom as you see fit.
If I may, my lord,
My boy.
Mr. Sholmes' newly developed scientific method has helped us to uncover vital clues in this case already.
Clues, you say?
I call them skin prints, my lord. My method identifies every location touched by an individual under scrutiny. It's the method by which we were able to ascertain this gentleman's gas pipe activities. Ah! Only a small sample of something the individual has previously touched to make an indicator solution. In your case, sir, I used the teacup you have been holding. Elementary. So now, Mr. Naruhodo. Yes? What might you use on a sample to make the indicator solution this time? Thank you for offering to help, Mr. Sholmes. When the convict was arrested, he was living in what was now Soseki-san's room. We need a sample to help locate Sona's loot in the hidden room. What form would the sample take? Person. We will need something of Soda's in order to create the indicator solution to find his loot. As something the convict owned happened to be in the possession of somebody listed in the court record. Upon my word, Mr. Naruhodo, your powers of reasoning appear to be on the up. So, what particular person do you have in mind? From whom could we obtain the possession of the late convict's order to create the indicator solution? You. And what pray does said person possess that could be applicable to our purpose? Applicable.
Applicable.
Yeah, I said it right the first time. Let's hear your new and improved powers of reasoning at work, my dear fellow. Dear me,
Real
your left
hard.
eye just twitched. Are you currently concocting an elaborate excuse? Not some clever Japanese joke about wet noodle, I hope. What? Ah! You got me! The noodle! Okay, I only did that so I could get that achievement. That is not the right answer. I'll choose the right answer now. I'm waiting it. I'm ready and waiting, Mr. Naruhodo. The rest is in your hands. It's actually Olive.
Take that!
Miss Green!
Me? What do you want with me?
The key around your neck, if you please. That resting bitch
Sorry?
that resting bitch face Sheriff's Spear have in the corner over there.
Oh my god. He's angry. He's so fucking angry.
That key belonged to Selden. There will be remnants of secretion from the man's skin on his surface that we can use. Remnant. Very true. That is the sample we need! Using it, we can create the indicator solution required for Mr. Shom's skin print seeker. Spin! And find out exactly what Selden touched in the room that he used to rent! Bum 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 bum. Ah! Mr. Shamsphere, as one great to another, I assure you. If the late convict's haul is hidden somewhere in his former lodgings, I shall uncover it in no more than 30 minutes. Ah! Sink. So, Mr. Shamsphere, the truth is well within our grasp now, and as such, you will never get your hands on Selden's stolen wealth. You smell that? I smell breakdown.
Hmm.
Ah! Ah! Ah!
In that case, Uncle Ali let Mr. Jones have his key.
The fucking sudden, like, turn.
No! Give the key to me! The detective should have it! You fucking bitch! It's over, Mr. Shamsphere! No! No! You're out of options now! There's only one thing left for you to do. Admit your guilt! Everybody ready for this breakdown?
Oh boy.
Mass, are you dead?
I'm here.
Cool. Whoa! Oh, Shameful Spear! Despair! Be thy name!
Dude, where the fuck you getting shot at?
This is, things exploding. His, roaches.
Yeah.
I never intended to kill the man. I don't believe you.
Yeah.
I just wanted to drive him out of the room. That's all.
Rumor it happened?
The rumor it happened.
The room where it happened.
So you have time to find the convict's haul of stolen goods? I don't feel bad for this man, unlike fucking Ashton.
Yeah.
Yet, after you killed the old man, you still didn't move into the room.
I asked the landlord, of course. I pleaded with him, but he refused. Why? I was 3 months behind with the rent, for one thing. Mr. Garrett really has a lot to put up with. And he had the gas repair work done immediately afterwards, putting the room out of action for a while. And then, the Japanese man swooped in at just the right moment to sign the new lease.
Poor Mr. Natsume. What an unfortunate timing.
Then, 5 days ago, after the incident on Briar Road, when the Japanese fellow got himself arrested, I thought I'd finally have my chance, but it wasn't to be.
No, the sealed dolphins are guarded by the police night and day.
'Cause every night I lie in bed. Boom, boom,
And if I remember rightly, Mr. Sholm spent the whole day in there reading books.
Books. I couldn't even enter the room, let alone search for the loot. Which is why on the day Mr. Natsume was acquitted and returned to his room, you once again tried your trick of blowing air into the gas pipe that feeds the stove in his room. Even though you knowingly knew that killed a man.
Mm-hmm.
Unbeknownst to you, however, that action would lead you into a deadly trap.
William Shakespeare. How does it go, to be or not to be? That is the question.
Okay, sir.
From Shakespeare's Hamlet, Act 3, Scene 1. To be or not to be, to
Cedar
double or
Kid.
death. Hold up, hold up. I'm coming, hold up.
Wait,
Hold up.
what? What you doing?
Let me cook.
Well, let me tell you, in your case, it's not need to be. That is the answer. You deserve to
be
die
or
for
not
what
to
you've
be?
done.
That is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against a sea of troubles, and by opposing end them, to die, to sleep no more, and by a sleep to say we end the heartbreak and the thousand natural shocks that flesh is heir to. 'Tis a consummation devoutly to be wished, to die, to sleep perchance to dream. Aye, there's the rub. For in that sleep of death, what dream may come? We are shuffled. When we are shuffled off this mortal coil, must give us peace.
Thank you, theater kid.
Thank you, Theater Kid Van Zeeks.
And now, Little Shop of Horrors. Little shop of horrors, watch them drop. Little Shop of Horrors, oh, 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 oh.
Whoa.
At first, I really did think it was just a terrible accident. I will never forget our conversation the night before Duncan died.
You'll be a prosecutor.
The gas supply and my new lodgings are a complete disaster, you know, Olive. This is Olive.
The gas supply?
Yes, stove always seemed to go out in the middle of the night for some reason.
That's no joke.
They say it's the convict's curse.
Oh, Duncan, please don't stay there. I don't care how cheap it is.
Alright then, if it's that important to you, I'll start looking for a new place. There are spare rooms at my house. Wait, that's oops.
There are spare rooms at my house. Why don't you leave that horrible room tonight?
No, I better not. We said we'd wait until we graduated before we told our parents, remember?
That was the last time we ever spoke. That very night he fell victim to the gas.
This music is not helping either. This music's fucking sad. Too bad Neo can't hear it.
Cause it's...
I'll find it, hold up.
I can just... Don't worry, I got Spotify, I can look it up.
If only I'd known it was going to happen, I'd have insisted he left that horrible room that instant. Instead, all I've been left with is bitter regret. I've stopped going to school. But something kept drawing me back to the house on Briar Road. saw a stooped Eastern-looking man with a mustache coming out of the house one day when I was there.
Hey, Frosty.
He walked up to the road to grab Scrubbery for some food, so I followed him and sat myself down next to him. He had some watery-looking soup and started to pick a quarrel with the publican.
This place is cursed, I tell you. Cursed! The ghost of that convict who used to live there is trying to suffocate me.
Soseki.
I that freezing to death because the stove had gone out. The room is full of gas and I can hardly breathe. The pipes have been checked. No problem there. It's like I'm the problem. That's what they're thinking.
This is Olive.
How could that be? Duncan was gone, and now this man had almost suffered the same fate. Could it really be a curse? Then I remembered a rumor I'd heard about how the gas companies go around investigating the gas installations.
Rumor? Oh, you mean...
Yes, everybody's heard the stories, it seems, about how they go around checking the pipes.
How anything is connected to the gas can be extinguished by blowing air into the pipework.
That's when it started. A little flicker of doubt in the back of my mind that just wouldn't go away.
It's still Olive.
Was it really an accident, though? Once I'd had the idea, it wouldn't leave me alone. It plagued me day and night. So I bought this at one of the black markets in the East End.
A black market?
I've never been. I just heard people talk about them, and you really can buy anything you can think of there. In some ways, being able to get my hands on this so easily made me even more determined. I had to find out one way or another. Was Duncan's death an accident? Or was it murder?
Oh, Mash died.
Ooh.
And your chosen message for establishing the truth was simple
Oh,
but
he tanked.
Wait.
Oh, he said I accidentally knocked into my power strip. Oh no.
Oof. But highly effective. Smear poison on the gas pipe you suspected the man to tamper with and wait. If Mrs. Shamspeare was innocent, nothing would come of what you'd done. But if he was guilty, he would pay for his crimes dearly.
I found out the name of the man I suspected. William Shamspeare. And then I wrote him this little note.
Damn.
I have information regarding the death of Duncan Ross. Come to the Slug and Salad on Briar Road at 5 p.m. on 17th. Don't tell anybody else about this letter or the meeting. It is a matter of utmost importance.
I now have 222 subscribers.
If he'd done it, I knew that would worry him enough, so he'd be sure to go. So I waited to see if it worked.
And of course, Mr. Shamspeare followed the instructions to the letter.
I worked out where the gas pipe was straight away. So I smeared a good amount of the poison I'd bought all around the mouth of the pipe. All the time praying that the devil's work wouldn't be done and that it was all just some wild fantasy. Actually, no. All the time praying that the devil's work would be done and that the culprit would get his just desserts.
Honestly, we should have let Shamspeare die.
Mhm.
Man, this case was heavy, man. Jesus.
Mm.
My emotions all over the place.
Man.
Skipper.
Yeah.
Master's dead. Can you take over? Fine then. 3 days ago, when you were first stood in the dock before me, this whole affair seemed relatively straightforward. Oh my god.
I can do it. I haven't done anything yet.
True.
Yes, my lord.
I certainly never imagined the depths of the...
Oh, he's back.
There you are.
Okay.
You live.
Yeah, I accidentally kicked my power strip.
It's like that one German clip where he's like, "Did I just hit the button to turn the
Oh
computer
no,
on with my toe?"
I didn't get the pleasure because it was just off.
I'm gonna be so
It is
pissed off.
I certainly never imagined the depths of depravity that we should subsequently find lurking behind the scenes. It has been a long road, my nippin' friend.
Oh, yes.
And one I certainly do not envisage walking with you. Nevertheless, together we have reached a light at the end of the tunnel, as it were. Miss Green?
Yes, my lord.
Damn.
You will henceforth be stripped of your freedom. As punishment for the attempted murder of Mr. William Shamspeare.
But fuck him!
Yes, I know.
And you, Mr. Shamspeare, you will be tried for the murder of Mr. Duncan Ross in cold blood. All subsequent attempted murder of Mr. Saseki Natsume here present.
Take him to the gallows!
We have to have a trial first. Relax, breathe, it'll happen.
Mr. Naruhodo.
Good time.
Yes?
Yesterday at the hospital, when you and your friends stopped me from...
From ending your life by drinking what was left in the poison bottle?
Who's blowing it in her mic?
Probably me. It's so damn high in my room.
Mm.
I wasn't myself. I can't even really remember what was going through my mind. To be or not to be, I suppose.
Oh, I know what that was. It wasn't any of you, it was just a video that I had playing,
Oh.
being loud.
That's a question that's so hard to answer, it seems.
Well, personally, I'm glad of you being here, Miss Green. Hey, at least you only attempted to kill someone, so you gonna get some time. And the person you tried to kill was a serial killer to begin with, so... And I like to believe that it's a blessing Mr. Shamspear didn't die when he ingested the poison, even though he definitely deserved it. For your sake, at the very least. Yay!
Because of
Aww.
you, I chose life, not death.
Aww.
Get
And
this,
now you've made the truth come out at last.
get this woman an art set in her cell, now!
Now!
Nope, gallows.
Really, I can't thank you enough. Oh, Miss Green.
Hey, gavel sink. Ow, my knuckles. Oof.
Mr. Soseki Natsume.
You're not guilty. Again.
You're
Yes,
nice.
my lord. The court declares that you are exonerated from all blame in this matter. Accordingly, I would call upon the ladies and gentlemen of the jury to present a verdict of not guilty. We are in full agreement, my lord. In that case, I hereby declare the defendant
Not guilty.
Nice.
Nice list.
Not guilty and nice list. Yeah, woo!
Ah! Who?
It's the old British tradition. Firing fireworks in the courtroom.
You'd think that'd be more of an American thing.
Well, British colonized the American place in all those years ago, so technically British
Court
is
is
technically
adjourned.
American.
What?
Da-da-da-da-da.
Oh, yes. Yes! At last! I'll kill Sholmes! Divine justice duly done.
Divine
Kill!
justice reigns from above. My dear fellow, if there were any divine justice in this world, you would have shaved that mustache. Looks like a caterpillar on your face, man. Jesus Christ. Along with a mop on your head. And your
No! This has nothing to do with my mustache!
and your eyebrows give me the creeps.
I thought I was being strangled by
Don't
a
say that
ghost in my room. Would you like to feel how that feels?
Don't say that a luxuriant mustache is a sign of physical prowess.
Welcome,
Mr. Stone.
student, Mr. Naruhodo Esquire! Once again, you've saved me from my doom.
I'm very happy to have been able to help Mr. Natsume. Congratulations on your acquittal. You're second in almost as many days. Please stop crying on my shirt.
I was first acquitted with and gained affection for English literature. Acquainted with and gained affection for English literature whilst in our great homeland and empire. And then, by a twist of fate, I was brought to a land that bore the fruit of that literature. Only to find Herlock Sholmes exists.
Yeah.
The city of brick and mortar became my prison. Try though as I might, I never found my feet here. And I confine myself to my room and live life through friendly old books.
You've had such a difficult time, haven't you?
Ah, but a week ago now. I dragged you out of the dark and dingy room of yours, did I not? I made you touch grass, did I not?
I'll kill you! And your miserable existence, this now vile being.
The devil. He's a detective.
You did. And I've seen more of life in this week than in all my years to date. And for the first time, I feel I've begun to see the true face of the English. That's so far been hiding from me behind the wall of fog.
Does it look like...
Oh, is that the Capra Demon?
My dear fellow, there's nothing special about the true face of the English as you put it. Wheresoever one goes in the world, humans are human. There are few genuine difference. Base Sholmes speaking facts. That pipe isn't in his mouth. Still. It's like floating. Or like a barrier is pushing away from his lips.
Supposed to...
Yes, I think you're right.
Now this is my funniest shot.
I finally started to see that. I've come to understand some things. I've worked out why I was attracted to the English language in the first place. It made me see. But whatever our nationality, we humans all have the same hopes and fears. We're all just doing our best to live.
Well said. I come to feel the same way.
Whether it's reading books in an impossibly dark room or sucking off a gas pipe.
Words to live by.
Okay, seriously, can we just talk about the fact that, like it says that, like, they imply that Shakespeare only did it twice, but there were so many handprints.
So many handprints.
That man was doing it for pleasure. I didn't realize breathing gas was a fetish, but here we are.
Here.
I've made a decision too. I'm going to cut short my study tour here and return to Japan.
What?
You fucking heard me.
Just when we'd become friends here in England. What a terrible shame.
Oh, I know. That does tug at my heartstrings, it really does. But I've decided I'd like to take everything I've learned here in Britain and write something of my own. A novel of sorts, I suppose. Now available on eBay.
Right. I'll be
Yeah.
doing your own literature, Mr. Natsume. How wonderful!
I like how I look up the actual person. The second image I see is just the Ace Attorney Soseki.
Soseki. Soseki.
Oh, well, no, I mean, I would presume you call it literature.
Why not? Well, that's precisely the definition, Mr. Moustache.
I suppose you're right. Yes, it will, in a way, be literature.
Oh my god, the real Soseki really did write a book called I Am a Cat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was he a cat?
But as of now, all I know is that I can try my hand at writing. I have no delusions of grandeur.
Base.
I, for one, would love to read your work.
The game's fucking advertising Soseki-san's literature. All things considered, it may be for the best. After all, you have once again emerged victorious. From a battle with the Reaper. Ah! That's very true.
And there is no salvation for a person in the dock when the Reaper is the prosecutor.
The desire to return post-haste to the previous safety of your homeland is one I quite understand.
My goodness, yes! Faced with such a terrifying prospect. Nobody would consider that cowardly, I'm quite sure.
You're not helping him.
Yeah, no. Just gonna make him more paranoid.
I am a cat.
But that's not why I'm leaving! I mean it!
And that was the case that we found ourselves embroiled in since 6 months ago. 6 months?! Venom. Soseki-san.
I'll kill that Herlock Sholmes.
Soseki-san did indeed kill Herlock Sholmes. And he did return to Japan and submit a report about both cases to the government. It was on reading that report that Professor Mikotoba was prompted to visit a scholar. And barely any time later, Susato-san was given the news that she must return to Japan as well. On the back of a telegram stating falsely that her father had fallen gravely ill. The only possible explanation that comes to mind is what happened after the trial on the following day.
Yeah.
The day that we uncovered the loot hidden by the now deceased convict in his former lodgings.
What is it?
Oh yeah, I told myself I was gonna cosplay Taskmaster. Why did I think of that? But now I really want to do it.
Oh, we're getting the Halloween
I'm
stuff
done
being
with the
sorted.
show.
Be able to get the skull at
Nothing
least.
marvelous in you.
I'm gonna break my back like
We'll
Taskmaster.
uncover the secret hiding place in just one day.
Remember, kids, don't copy heroes who are literally known as the living cartoon.
Was it supposed to take 30 minutes? As I believe I told you, my dear fellows, skin prints are extremely useful at such situations. Wouldn't you agree, Gregson? I fucking hate you.
Grex has been happily munching an agreement this whole time, you know, Hurley.
No, fuck you, no.
Happily, I think perhaps humorlessly might be closer to the truth.
Why ship Herlock Sholmes with Van Zeeks when we have a short King Gregson right there to ship with tall King Sholmes? It's like Wolverine and Deadpool.
What?
So, it transpires the man fashioned a hiding place in the ceiling. And what's in it? What exactly is this loot? Fortnite. Let's look then. If you're ready, let's examine the late burglar's hole.
What is it?
What the? What is that?
Oh. A belt?
B?
Looks to be some sort of neckband or
Collar?
collar.
Oh, a collar. What the?
A collar? It's huge though.
Where's the thing to find? Kinky.
Is this,
Iris.
And look at all the gemstones set in it.
is this the Hound of Baskerville we find?
I mean, it does have a B on it, so.
I can see why it was going to be worth £1,000. Perhaps I could have it as a belt.
You'll grow out of it.
Have you noticed on the inside there? There's some dark stains.
It's blood, obviously.
You don't think they could be blood, do you? I mean, there's quite a lot of it. Where do you get this from? A dead guy's neck?
Did they kill a poor dog?
On second thoughts, perhaps I won't have it as a belt.
Then, of course, there's this emblem here.
B.
A large letter B and a small crown.
What does it signify, do you think? Royalty, maybe? A royal dog, I suppose? A royal guy that thinks he's a dog? Wolf. To escape, I must write.
Meh.
Oh, I hadn't noticed that. Feel as though I've seen that emblem somewhere before, you know? What could it have been?
What do you
It
mean?
had to do with the story you wrote.
That's enough of that, I think.
Oh, yeah?
What? What's the matter with Mr. Sholmes?
Yeah, that's why he doesn't want them seeing it.
How to color that drain from his face? Well, Inspector, I believe you ought to be taking this, aren't you? It could be valuable evidence after all. It must be kept safely under lock and key. Oh. Yes. Get your grubby hands off that, you lot, and hand it over! Now! never seen a collar that large before. And all those jewels certainly look to be extremely valuable. That's not what stood out to most to me. At least, that's when I noticed it. Those dark marks on the inside of the collar, those stains, could they really have been blood? I mean, what else could it be?
Well, that was a funny case, wasn't it? But it's all buttoned up now.
You look very pleased, Cyrus.
I am, because I was starting to wonder what I could use as the basis of this month's story in the magazine. But this case will be perfect. It's been so fascinating.
You're talking about the latest installment of the Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, I presume.
The mystery of the knife and the mist, and the mustache man and the convict's curse, perhaps. I can make it a two-part story.
Oh, ha ha ha.
Hee hee hee.
Oh, I can't wait!
A word, please, Iris.
Yes? What is it, Hurley?
I'm sorry, but you can't write about this case.
Oh
It's
my
out of the
God.
question.
What? Why not? It's a great case.
Then I shall have to insist that you limit yourself to the first of your two titles. The second must never be written. Is that clear?
Jeez.
Aw.
Yes.
Dad mode activate.
And so it was that the second of
Ah!
Sarasaki's
Ah!
cases became
Voice
part of
acting!
obscurity. Now, looking back, I feel I understand.
This is not my voice. Who is this?
I can see why Mr. Sholmes forbade Iris from publishing the story. It would take a little longer before I saw the link between everything that had happened and would happen.
And would happen.
For it wasn't
It
until
would
2
happen.
months after the arrival of Susato-san's letter that events began to unfurl again, with an incident that took place at the very heart of the eagerly awaited Great Exhibition of London.
The end.
Is it there?
It took long to get there.
It took a bit. Took its sweet time.
I thought we were gonna hit us. Alright, we're gonna see what's coming up next in the Return of the
boy.
Great Departed Soul. That is a gun!
The return of the. Wait a minute.
The grand end of the century Great Exhibition of London. Surely there is not a soul who has failed to hear of it.
I never heard of it.
Wondrous
Is that the Eiffel Tower?
culture and industry from
Yes,
every
Yeah.
corner of the globe
Paris.
had converged on Hyde Park,
Hyde Park!
welcoming over 50
Jekyll
million
and Hyde
visitors.
mention?
The last great hurrah of this century. Astonished and delighted people of all nations, and ended on a note of resounding success.
That is a fish machine.
As regards to the terrible catastrophe
Is the World's
that
Fair?
occurred during the
I
festivities,
think so?
very few were aware my friend Mr. Sherlock Holmes had a hand in unraveling the matter. For from the shadows, it was he who earnestly unearthed the facts of the case.
Iris made Sherlock
And
Holmes
like the
way too
centerpiece
cool
of
for
the
these
great
stories.
exhibition, which rose high into the skies of Hyde Park. Sholmes's brilliant deductions, as clear and lofty as the Crystal Tower itself, brought the truth to light.
Oh, it's the Crystal Tower.
Oh, it's a crystal tower, so it just looks like the Eiffel Tower.
We're here at the showground of the Great Exhibition, which is absolutely packed with people.
Can I pause it? Yeah, I can pause it. Interesting. More voice acting.
Also, the title.
Yeah.
Give me a fucking second.
What are you doing?
Like, is it not just me that sees it?
What is
Because
it?
we have this, which is The Great Departed. But then wasn't the second case in the first game called The Great Departure?
Yeah.
Connections. I see it's all fucking connected.
Yeah, you're gonna see your first Fae member. The first Fae. Are you excited?
What?
What?
Yes, you fucking did. You
Nah.
son of a bitch.